Tippy top of the week to you, laddies. Today is Monday, my dudes, and oddly enough, this feels so wrong, but today is Snapshot Day, my dudes, as well. Yeah, so this week, likely because of the major Fortnite update that is confirmed to be dropping on Thursday, the developers have released the Snapshot on Monday instead of Tuesday. Major Fortnite update, I mean, sure, technically it's not confirmed that that's why Mojang released the Snapshot early, but it's also not deconfirmed that that's the reason. So, I mean, you never know. Today we've got end mob changes, a lot of fixes, and a little bit more to dive into. Delete that like button for me right now. And subscribe if you're new here for more videos every day. Corner Hard MC. Today I want to begin with the Snapshot, but actually not the Snapshot. Instead, Realms update. Bro, man, dude, I swear Mojang's wanting me to pick up a realm at this point. Every week there's a Realms update for like the past couple of weeks now. I don't know if it's something you guys would want to see, but let me know, and if I get enough requests, maybe I'll get a realm and show off the changes. But for today, we can at least talk about it. In the next Java Snapshot, which is the one from today, they are going to give players a render distance and sim distance slider for realms. They also went ahead and upped the render distance from 10 chunks to 25, which is quite massive. This makes me wonder, theorize, that behind the scenes, Mojang has made some massive upgrades to their tech, whatever service and however they provide realms. We've got new locations, and now we have this. Now, like I said, can't show you the exact sliders, but I would imagine inside of your realms menu, it would look something kind of like this. Render distance and simulation distance. Render distance has a maximum of 25 chunks now, which is way higher than 10. So if you have a realm, up your render distance in the Snapshot today and let me know how it goes. I'm genuinely so curious. Does it perform well? One of the biggest quality of life upgrades to Minecraft is always upping your render distance. So if you can and everything can handle it, well, this is actually a pretty massive update. And a little pro tip for you, remember that if you are lagging out, well, try lowering your simulation distance before you lower the render distance. The simulation distance is how far things will be active from you, like, for example, mobs and pathfinding. Nowadays, with how the game is rendered, simulation distance affects performance way more than a render. Alright, so next up, I want to back up my 1,000 days survival world to show you this. So this is going to call us back a few weeks here, but do you remember a couple of weeks ago when maps got heavily bugged? In fact, so bugged that if you picked up a map inside of an existing world, it could lock your entire world? We had no clue at the time, but Mojang was working on a map update behind the scenes, and after that update dropped, the maps are fine now. Well, now, oddly enough, it looks like, of all things, brewing stands are having bug after bug. You see, in the previous snapshot, something went haywire with the brewing stand, and these slots down here, they would no longer accept empty glass bottles, which was a thing before. They would no longer accept some other types of potions as well, including lingering and splash potion bottles. Now, whether these things will actually do anything, that doesn't necessarily matter. The weird thing is that randomly, for some reason, the brewing stand and what can go inside of it was changed. Logically speaking, if Mojang isn't messing with a feature, things shouldn't change, right? To me, what some of these strange, undocumented changes could point towards is something with potions at long last. Do recall that very recently, Mojang made some changes to the brewing stand. You can data drive it and change specifically what should be the fuel when brewing inside of the stand. They've also added more tooltips over on Bedrock Edition, something that could point towards potions. You know, these things are a little confusing. Maybe you want some more descriptors going on. And yeah, the big weird bug that popped up earlier on in this snapshot cycle here, where the brewing stand would no longer accept random types of glass bottles and potions that it would have before. I mean, look, man, it's safe to say that potions are one of the biggest things that needs an update in modern Minecraft. Like, and I'm not even talking about the textures here. They made it possible to individualize these things over a year and a half ago now, and we still don't even have that. Look, I don't know, man, it could just be random bugs be bugging. But no matter what, the brewing stand, it's been fixed in this week's snapshot, and more potions are possible again. Yeah, obviously realize that certain potions not being accepted into the brewing stand, you just weren't able to extend them or make them splash. All right, now next up, you know how it goes. This update is the Poplar Dropler, but obviously every single week we're talking about end changes. Check the past 3 snapshot videos if you don't believe me. Well, now, Chorus Flute. Chorus fruit. Chorus fruit and its teleportation has been changed to be made a little bit more safe inside of this snapshot. Now, every single time when I eat the chorus fruit, at least theoretically, I should land somewhere that is safe to land. Alright, so in order to pull this one off, Mojang has gone ahead and added a brand new block tag. Consumable does not teleport to. This is going to be blocks that entities will not teleport to when they eat a consumable that teleports. For example here, let's go ahead and place down a block of bedrock, open up this thing, we can see all of the block tags over there. We are looking for consumable, does not teleport to, and, well, actually, it's not inside of this block. Think of another weird block, maybe dripstone, does consumable teleport? Well, it's not here either. Yes, so like the changelog says, this is empty by default, but if you were, say, maybe setting up some sort of mod or data pack with a dangerous block that you don't want things to teleport to, you could go ahead and add this tag to it. We love to see it, and we love the chorus fruit too. It's so unique and cool. Oh, you thought we were done with the end changes this week? We're not there quite yet. Enderman, shulker, two of the most famous end mobs of all time. The enderman, the shulker, they both have this interesting mechanic where if you damage them enough or just right, they might end up teleporting around your world. Let's say here, just for a second, you were all the way up near the top of your world, inside of the nether with a shulker. I don't know how it happened, but maybe you're here. You hit this thing enough. Or the enderman too, this one works easier right here. We could see the enderman teleporting around. Well, previously, before this week's change, both of these teleporting mobs, they could actually teleport right up onto the roof of the nether. And at least in the case of the shulker, because this thing would teleport up here and then just sit around, it would make that blah, blah, blah sound for, well, all eternity and just be up here stuck. One more time, that big hunky chunk of information, block tags. Blocks enderman does not teleport to, and block shulker does not teleport to. Both of these teleporting mobs will now no longer ever teleport onto bedrock. That means up at the top of the nether, the bottom of the overworld, whatever you're doing. You might be able to use this mechanic, maybe, in some sort of shulker farm in the overworld at the bottom of the world. We also have a couple of other block tags here related to teleportation. Cats and their teleporting, that has been adjusted and improved. And just dangerous for teleportation in general. It's a collection tag, so it'll house other block tags related to teleportation. Bottom of the world, inside of the overworld. You know how caves go. They will like to carve through your world and, you know, basically make it look cool. Well, right here is the perfect example of what we're about to talk about. You see down here at the bottom of the world how this cave carver carved right in here, made a cave, filled it up with lava, but the bedrock is oddly flat? Well, yeah, if you have a world that you loaded up inside of this snapshot cycle earlier on, go down low and you will find oddly flat caves that should not be this flat at all. You see, typically the bedrock should be like fading upwards like it is in the wall, except it doesn't here. Cave carvers, which is basically the generation tech used to carve out caves inside of your world when it is being created or loaded, the cave carvers were completely broken, causing the lowest caves in your world, if they stretch far enough down to bedrock, they'll be completely flat. Or at least they would have been completely flat. Not anymore. Alright, enough of that. Let's go back to the enderman. The enderman is really the star of the show today. Aside from technical changes, look at his boy. Look at how we ride the boat. I don't know. This is definitely a little bit wrong, but he's like sitting. He's got a lean going on, bro. That's sick. Alright, but check this out. Look what is possible now. If you have an enderman inside of, well, any kind of rideable thing. So it could be a boat. It could be a minecart. You can now hit the enderman with a projectile. This feels so illegal, dude. One thing that I've noticed, the spectral arrows, they do not work on the enderman. But even in survival mode, with these entities inside of the container, 100% I am hitting them with my projectiles right here. Oh, it feels wrong, dude. Now these little buddies were also causing too much lag previously. You see, while they were inside of a rideable thing trapped, they would still actually, as long as they were under daylight, actively try and teleport and repeatedly fail. Endermen inside of minecarts and boats and whatever else you've locked them into will no longer try and teleport. Endermen teleporting around your world would sometimes teleport right up into powder snow, which will eventually lead them to take damage. They shouldn't do that anymore. And the developers also fixed some bugs relating to endermen and environmental damage, so things like rain damage as well. I want to send a big shout out to this one person called Shelf Mushroom, who's a literal shelf mushroom on the profile picture. They've been coming to the streams. They've been coming to the videos and commenting every time. I appreciate the dedication. The Shelf Mushroom, the shelf, both of the shelves in this week's snapshot, they rotate around the center now. Previously, when they were floating on the ground, they would basically just rotate wrong. And then, last but not least, inside of this week's snapshot, we have some changes to advancements and how they can be granted. These are basically new validation requirements that you can customize. I believe right now they are not utilized inside of vanilla Minecraft. You can group advancements, make a sequence of advancements. You can change minimums and maximums and averages for advancements. And you can even adjust the sum and the product as well. Basically, this week for the snapshot, I hope you paid attention inside of math class because that's what it was. A quick plug to my other channel. Recently, I dropped a world tour of my now 1,000-day survival world. I have so much nostalgia for the old guy while working on this tour. It's really cool. Check it out on the other channel, live right now. Predictably here, this is a smaller snapshot. As we reach the end of this update cycle, they will get smaller and smaller, usually. And I'm thinking, from the size of this, that we've got to see a Minecraft Live announcement like any day now at this point. It's got to be only weeks away. Who knows? Maybe it will happen today. Anyway, smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.